Bet you thought it didn't exist anymore. Bet you thought we'd fully retired. Well, you know full well we made a promise. Special editions only. Episode 52, A View from the Hazards. We're back. Ben's here next to me. Hello, Ben.
Hello, mate. It's been a very long time.
And I can't even explain why it has been such a long time, because like it just sort of life passed you by, doesn't it? Realist happens and you end up just not doing podcasts. But I mean, during lockdown it was easy.
When was the last one?
We did one before the BTM Invitational, so that would have been like
it's the summer. It's like genuinely like nearly 6 months ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago, wasn't it? A while back. But yeah, no, it was good. Lots happened since then, hasn't it?
Well, we've had 4 major tournaments, 3 in the US, 1 here.
1 in England.
National League's back up and running.
It is. Everyone's playing. Everyone's sort of Realist is basically back to normal. The tour is almost fully functioning, I'd say.
Well, it's trying, isn't it?
Which is like, I can't imagine, when we were sort of in lockdown doing these podcasts, I can't imagine the tour being fully functional. But I mean, honestly, it's been great to see people I've not seen in like 18 months at the Open, stuff like that.
It's actually incredible that if you think about it, that we ended up doing one of these a week during lockdown.
Oh, we did.
Even though there was nothing to talk about. And then now that tennis has all been back up and running, we've done absolutely nothing.
I know, yeah.
So probably a lot to get through. Real tennis news. Well, firstly, very sad to hear about the passing of Temple Grassi.
I know, honestly, I just brought that up before we started. So he sent me an email on the 2nd of June 21 saying what he liked about the podcast and what he didn't like. And what he didn't like was the first 7 minutes, where me and Ben just sort of talk and catch up. So I'm sorry. That bit still exists. But Temple R.I.P.
R.I.P. An absolute
great character.
Hero for the game. So that is genuinely tragic news, and it's a shame that he won't be able to see the new court at Washington.
But I'm sure he'll be listening to this anyway.
So, yeah, best wishes to the Grassi family.
Yeah,
and everybody over in Washington. Mate, more sad news.
Middlesex.
I
read your mind there, didn't I? I sent it in. I can't believe that Middlesex University, one of my favourite courts back in episode 49 or whatever it was. Yeah, Middlesex Uni's closing. 4 years? Is it in 4 years, right?
Yeah, 2026, I think. That was a genuine shock to
I couldn't believe it.
And that's very sad. I guess, I mean, it's a big old amount of space, and I guess the university just want to convert it into something else. But that is very sad news.
Can I please
go on
spin something semi-positive on that?
Yeah.
I mean, the court was built in 2000. It's going to get shut in 2026. 26 years out of the court. Not the end of the world in the grand scheme of things. Absolutely
better than not having one there at all.
I agree. And great, and a decent location. It got a load of young people into the game who normally, I was talking to my mate about this, who normally wouldn't have had maybe the opportunity to play Reelers, because obviously, and this is semi-controversial, but Reelers is one of those games where people look at it and think elitists, all white, whatever. And I think Middlesex Uni really bucked that trend and got people involved in the game, and that can only be a positive.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, and it's a shame that it's happening like now. I'm not saying that like people haven't done a good job there before or anything like that, but it seems to be like at its busiest and at its most thriving now with the students.
Yeah,
and it's going to go. So it's just like the timing of it is like so strange that it now feels like it's really kind of in its pomp, and
I know, yeah, trust, yeah, it's bouncing,
which is a big shame. When was the last time you played at Middlesex?
Oh God, be January 2020
in the under 24s.
That's right, yeah.
So the last time you played there, you won.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I'll take that.
The last time I played there was the Real 10 a few weeks ago, which I won.
We both won.
So
let's never play there again.
I might have to, I was just thinking like
there'll be another Real 10.
Probably end up not playing there again, but I've just suddenly realised it's actually 4 years away. So
I know. The chances are we'll be there at some point.
Quite a long time.
How are those shoes, mate? How are the slippers? Have you worn them in yet?
Yeah.
Just for context, Benno's obviously had a good few weeks, hasn't he? Hey, credit to him. He always turns up, always plays, and a bit of coin in the piggy bank.
Oh, come
and
on.
he's basically, he said, mate, I'm going to buy these. And I was like, what? I was like, these Gucci shoes? And I'm like, oh, fair, mate, that's a statement. That's a real statement. That's not like Real Tennis Pro. That's like ATP Pro.
Oh, come on.
But they are good.
Well, I won the Real 10.
I know, mate.
Like, literally got some pocket money, so I've not paid for them. It's not like,
yeah, exactly.
It's not come out of my bank account.
Yeah, the fans did.
So,
they do look class though as well. They're
yes,
so good.
I did buy them, yes.
And what happened to your feet when you started wearing them?
Oh, I'm absolutely ripped to shreds. I mean, like,
The blisters, I've seen the photos of the blisters.
The
The
worst.
worst you've ever seen. I was
worst
like,
blisters I've
oh
ever
my
seen.
God, Benno. Quite funny. Sort of poetic justice, but
Well,
at
I
the same
genuinely
time.
thought like I'm gonna have to like they won't let me take them back, obviously, once they've been worn.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to just literally like
Battle through.
either that or just stick them in the wardrobe and never bring them out.
Have you seen these shoes? Yeah, I'm just not wearing them.
Yeah, can't wear them.
Oh well. What else is happening in Rios? That's sad about
Anyway.
Middlesex. We can agree. On that.
Yeah, we've got tournaments on the horizon. The US have obviously they've moved the US Open and the US Pro
There's
to the beginning of the season
the
so
new-
that they can get two in and catch up.
Yeah,
which
the,
is
the
an
new
absolute-
US thing is the back-to-back. Hashtag back-to-back, guys.
Well, they
Tweet us.
moved them from their kind of traditional time to get them in October so that they wouldn't effectively miss a year. So that is an absolute top effort from the USCTA to do that and put 4 tournaments on, US Pro and US Open, twice in a season to catch up. So
It's good though. It's good. They're getting them done at the end of the day. The game thrives on matches, pro matches, and yeah, love to see it.
yeah, so they've done very well there.
Streaming as well, quality as always. I watched them all from my living room on the TV. Some
The American
cracking,
streaming.
Oh mate,
Yeah.
good one. Some
Yeah.
cracking matches. I loved it. Just watching Lummers carry off a few tiles. No, he didn't carry off any tiles. What you on about? But he did well. He did well.
Yeah, did very well. It's quite strange actually, wasn't it? Just having tennis on like 3 weeks in a row.
It was mate. Honestly, it was so good because you had the
just
National Open.
a very slight change of draw, like, and
Yeah,
then just
yeah,
to
I
say,
know.
you know, just like move
It's like-
location, play again.
Honestly, then it was the National Open, then the US Pro, then the US Open, wasn't it? That was it.
Was that the order?
I think that was the order. Yeah.
US National was definitely first.
It was, yeah, in New York, and they had the
That's
Invitational on at the same time, didn't they? The 0 to 9s, basically.
Yeah, they did like those two, like
Mate,
back to back
honestly,
or something.
A feast of tennis.
A feast of tennis,
An
and
absolute
yeah,
feast.
the US have absolutely smashed it out the park
As
again.
always. US love it.
Um,
Exciting about Washington as well. That'd be great when that's done. I want to get over there.
Yeah, and then so we've got US Open in Tuxedo in the spring. That'll be very.
Hey, we'll both be there.
That'd be
We could
very
do a
nice.
podcast.
Well, travel permitting. Oh mate, international location podcast.
We could get some American guys
We'll
on
have to
there.
we'll genuinely have to get some guests on.
Mate,
for
we
that.
could get so many guests. We could get like 7 or 8.
We could
Anyway,
have everyone coming in doing like a 5-minute period.
that was what I was thinking. Yeah, every player.
That'd be so.
Do like a few questions. Anyway.
Anyway, we'll brainstorm that.
But yeah, no. What else? Yeah, no. The Americans have smashed it, and like, my dad actually played Washington. You know, he played Washington.
Really?
In November, yeah, and he was just like, oh, don't know why people complain about it. I mean, obviously pros couldn't use that main wall, but it's just a quick court.
I don't think people like complain about it. It's a nice court. It's just to play like top level stuff there. It's tough off that
main wall.
off
Yeah.
the main wall. But I did an exhibition there, Rob. And, you know, we've said that in a podcast before.
Yeah.
The best court in the world for an exhibition.
Oh, yeah. How many people could be there?
We had like 100 people just stood behind the main wall.
It's
And then a
wicked.
full dead on. I was like, you could just get people absolutely rammed in there.
I
Anyway,
know.
don't know why we've randomly started talking
Don't
about
worry,
Washington.
mate. It's
but-
good, man. It's good. This podcast is fluid. What else news?
National League's up and running.
Oh,
How's that all
2-0.
going for you?
We're 3 from 3 rubbers. We've got
Played
8 matches.
Queens, Petworth,
And
and
Jesmond / Origin.
and
Jesmond / Hollyport. Sorry.
Come on then, bit of bragging. How many games have you lost so far? Not many.
I've lost.
What was it, like Love and
hang
1
on,
against
hang
Zach?
on. Love and 2.
Love and 2.
I've
Duros
lost.
was 1 and
I've lost
3.
10 games.
Total.
Yeah, in 3 games.
Who did you play at Queens?
Rory Giddens,
Okay.
1 and 3, and then identical against Duret.
1 and 3, 1 and 3, Love and 2.
That is literally it. Yeah.
And 0.2 to go to take over Daz and be number 1.
I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Daz is still high quality. He'll find another 1.2. I mean, we've got to play each other in February, so that will be when.
In what?
In the Leamington thingy.
Of course, yeah, our National League match.
Mate, we keep talking about it, so that's
Oh,
when the
that
number
is-
1 spot will be decided.
that is
in that
grudgy.
one match, because that's like our handicaps could just switch anyway. That'll be
Yeah,
fun.
because they're all going in. National League Prem.
Yeah, National League's been fun. So been
I'm actually
great.
going to start kicking off some National League next month.
Yeah, Benno's going to play. You just playing Brit?
Me versus Bryn in like a series of matches. I think we've got 4 or 5.
That's like an
And
unbelievable super series,
what
isn't
have we
it?
got? We've got like Radley, Leamington, Canford, Bridport, Queens.
Bridport, wow.
Canford and Bridport back to back. Friday night Canford, Saturday lunchtime Bridport. It's gonna be brilliant.
Who's playing at Bridport?
Levi and Neil Mackenzie.
So Neil's doing both days.
It's a full
Because I've got
ball.
Neil at Camford the day before.
Are you playing in that?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
You do now.
Well, there you go. Well, that makes sense then, because like obviously I'll just stay down there and then play Bridport. So that's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to play. Nice to play matches on courts that don't necessarily or traditionally have like National League.
And good to play someone you've hardly played before as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I did find it quite weird actually, because Les is like, we'll be putting the results in. I'm like Bryn and I, like if Bryn spanks me in like the first 3, the 4th match will just be a null. Just start getting nulls against me.
Or I'll get a massive win and just go back.
Yeah, exactly. I'll win a set and just like, so I just find it a bit weird. You've got one, like, I don't know, yeah, we're going to, 2 people playing each other 5 times in a row.
So good.
In like a 2-month period seems bizarre.
There should be like a massive cash bonus for the winner of the best of 5.
Well, there's going to, I think there's going to be some kind of like final or something.
Hopefully a watch. Hopefully a new National League watch.
Well, it'll be good to have some kind of big event somewhere towards the end of the season at like a Queen's or a Lord's or something for the sponsors FLN to come and have a watch. So maybe that will happen.
Yeah, good. National League has been class. That's been happening in England. Obviously, you reached a British Open final, which had never happened before.
No, never played in the final of the singles or the doubles. So,
do you know how many people I said before the tournament, Ben's going to win it? I actually backed you all the way. I said it to so many people. Like, who's your tip? And I was like, Ben. When we practiced on that Tuesday, I was like, I've not seen you hit the ball better than that. I was like, I think he's going to win.
Yeah, that was a good practice.
And when you got to the final, I was actually like, yeah, for once I might actually get one of these weird predictions right.
Unfortunately not to be, but it was a good week.
No, it was good.
Not quite a great one, but can't complain.
No, it was a good week. It was great fun, that.
Got to be in it to lose it, right? Can't lose it if you're not there.
Exactly, yeah. And, better to lose in the final than the semi.
Well, that's exactly.
If anything, for some Gucci.
Pays for a pair of trainers.
And a Gucci blazer. That'd be the next one. Right, anyway.
Should we get to it?
Yeah, no more news.
I mean, as always with the podcast, we do just literally press record and start talking.
Because you said to me there was some news, but obviously...
It was Middlesex.
Oh, well, I sent that in the chat. You do realise I already knew that.
No, I know. As in, not that you wouldn't know it, but we
hadn't
said we were going to talk about it.
Oh, well, sorry, guys. Right, okay, well...
Yeah, so as always, we just hit start and then go. So I'm sure there is news and I'm sure we've forgotten it.
Well, we're doing this for James Action Gray and Levi Gale, 2 people who've clamoured for a Christmas podcast, so this is for you. Anyway, the topic of this is going to be 2021, a year in review.
A year in review.
Because there was no tennis for about 4 months, and then we're basically doing like May to December, because there was a load of tennis.
Yeah, we're basically going to hand out some virtual awards, aren't we?
Yeah, it's going to be good. This will be real good. This will be good.
Based purely on 2 goons that are just going to chat rubbish.
At least we've paid a bit of attention to it. Anyway, right, so we'll go. Let's go. Should we do the big one first?
Let's go straight in at the deep end, shall we?
Yeah.
Just
best player. Wait, is it best performance of the year? Is it?
I mean, we don't even know the name of it. It's just going to be performance of the year, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, performance of the year. So we were going to sort of do like a TNRA thing, and like an best pro performance, best amateur performance. But if you actually look at what tournaments have happened, there haven't been any amateur tournaments. So
well, no, it's not that. It's just if you look at.
I thought you were about to say it's not. The amateurs aren't any good.
You've got amateurs playing at their respective clubs all over the country all the time. So we can't say what's the best amateur performance because we would be elitist. Because we'd only be saying the best amateur performance based on a major tournament. Whereas I'm sure some members have had an absolute humdinger at Radley on a Tuesday night.
Exactly.
Who would be deserving of the award, but we don't know about it. So we can only go... so we would just do the best performance that we've heard of.
Yeah, there we go. What we heard of, yeah. It can be anything. Think outside the box.
In 6 months. So I said I was going to think about this, and you were like, I'll just make it up. On the spot.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 people straight in my head that I need to nominate.
Go on then.
So the nominations from me for the best performance of the year award go to Lewis Gordon for beating Darren Long.
Literally on Saturday. That is hot off the press. Guys, if you didn't know that, it happened.
Because that on handicap is a hell of a win. That's a great win.
It's now 10 difference.
So we'll obviously just go into these in some detail. Nomination number 2 is Barney Tanfield for beating Tim Chisholm.
3-zip.
In America.
Was it 3-1 or 3-zip?
No idea, but it's just a good win.
Had a 3 on the end.
That's a good win. That is a great win.
Yeah,
Beating one of the best players of all time.
Yeah.
And John Lumley, 3 finals and your first Open victory. You can't not be nominated for an Open singles win, can you?
Yeah, but which one of those matches? Because it's performance of the year.
Yes.
Are you saying that Lumley month? That Lumley month.
Well, I'm just saying the John Lumley in the British Open has to be mentioned. He's won his first major. You can't. If I'd won that match, I'd be nominating myself.
Oh yeah, mate. I'd nominate you as well.
So those are those are the first 3 I can think of.
Okay.
Anything to add to that?
So,
or do you want to pick the bones on that one?
Are we doing match of the year as well, or is this just like performance of the year?
That's just performance of the year.
I'm going to start by nominating Zach Edel for his epic comeback against Nino in the British Open from 2 sets and 5-1 down to win that match. I mean, a bit of a background on that day. So I was the next match on, and basically like warming up, ready to go. Just popped a few ibuprofen, like a bit of muscle gel. Like, I'm ready to go, like stretching. My girlfriend's come to watch, and like I was just like, right, yeah, but I'll be on in a sec. Like Zach's done it. Anyway, 2 hours later, the match is still going, or it felt like 2 hours anyway. And I just don't know how Zach. I mean, Zach had like an injury timeout. I just thought he was done, and I've never seen anything like it. Like there was a load of us upstairs, just like disbelieving, like our jaws hitting the floor. I mean, it was incredible. I wouldn't want to relive the moment because it was just like I really wanted to play at that point. But like in terms of afterwards, like whenever I think about that match, I've just got like a permanent smile on my face, just like laughing, being like, how on earth did I witness that?
I mean,
how?
Again,
it's one of the best comebacks I've ever seen.
Being 2 sets to love down and having match points.
2 match points at 2 love down.
To win in 5.
It was like Bryn stuff.
That obviously needs a nomination. Like,
100%. I will nominate that, and it will easily get overlooked. But like, mate, you had to be there.
Well, it may not get overlooked because it's a
it's
a hell of an achievement. And he then took a set off Nick Howell in the
there you go,
the next match. So.
I don't know how he could walk, but yeah. What else? Other good performances. I'm trying to think of like in America what there was. I mean, Connor had a few 5-setters, but those were just epic. He won those. The Barney one I've actually watched on the stream. I've watched that.
Barney Chisholm.
Yeah, and Chisholm's 5-3 up, has set points in that first set. Barney is just lacing forces. Awesome.
Not missing as Barney does.
Exactly. And just like, it's a win. It's a genuine win. Is there any other way to describe that? Like he's like. And a lot of people would just be like, wow. But you watch the match.
Do you know what the score was?
I'm going to say 5. It could be 3-1, you know. It might have been 3-1. Yeah. I think 3-1 for me, but I mean, he wiped him out in the last 2, I think.
Well, anyway, it's not like, it's not like he was, you get sometimes you get people that are kind of injured or whatever, but that's just that's a genuine win. That's just a genuine win. And a hell of a good one.
I agree. Hey, you against Brim was a good win.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I always want you to win and stuff like that, but I didn't think you'd win that, but you did.
Well, hang on,
I've just said 2 things there, haven't I?
Well, I mean, not even 10 minutes ago, you were telling everyone I was going to win the Open.
I know, but it's like heart and head, isn't it? Like, you know, when let's say England are playing footy and you think, I'll throw a tenner on the other team just so it feels better if England lose. Yeah. I'm sort of explaining badly here, but like, obviously, I was like, Ben's going to win the Open. And just for context, I said before the podcast, like, I told loads of people Ben was going to win the Open. Obviously, I've said this, but like, I just thought, come on, Ben, but you won. I think that's a great performance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good performance. I wouldn't say it's.
When was the last time you beat him in an Open? 2013.
It was a surprise. It's the first time I played him in an Open for.
Since 2017, 2018.
I mean, you're the stat man, so I believe.
I'm going to say 2017. 2017, your last time in the British Open, lost in 4, and then reversed that this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good win. I wouldn't say it's like. I wouldn't say. Well, I'd be offended if people were to say that was a shock.
No, I wasn't saying that, Ben.
No.
I promise you. I wasn't saying that. Also lost in 4 in the Pro Singles in 2019.
Oh yeah, no, what at
At Wellington.
Oh yeah, Wellington. Yeah,
Hollyport was 2015.
Yeah, that was not 3-1.
That was 3-1.
That was an absolute demolition. Well, yeah, the more you explain it, the more it probably is a shock, actually.
This guy. But anyway, that's my second one. I think that's a great win.
Right. I'm not voting for that, by the way.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm going to say a final one. Performance of the year. I'm going to say a niche one because it's going to sort of set the tone for, I think, what's going to be a great career. And then, again, I've watched this on Ryan's brilliant streaming. Freddie Bristow against John Lumley, round 1 of the US Open at Philly. I've watched that stream, and Fred's so good in that match. And I think even though he's gone down like what 2-1 and 2, I don't even know. I think really great account of himself. And for me, I'm going to mark that as like a moment where hopefully keeps playing. And yeah, I think that could be a sort of a kickstart of what could be a great career. Because if you watch that match, anyone get on it on the USCTA YouTube channel. There is some mega stuff in there.
He played. Am I right in thinking that he played for Philly in like the Whitney Cup as well?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
all.
Is he at uni there or something?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's at uni. I think that's a really interesting sort of one to watch performance because mate improved a lot. Anyway,
so Barney versus Chisholm we've spoken about.
Yeah.
Lummers, you know, like he's beaten Robin straight sets in the semi to then obviously get to the final as well.
Yeah, yeah. Beaten Stevie V and Stout a load of times in America
Stevie
as well.
V and Stout in America. So he's, I mean, you would say that he probably, well, whether you call it an advantage or not, he would have turned up to the British Open warm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He's had some matches, so I wouldn't say he was in an advantageous position compared to others because he'd had some matches. I remember playing at Middlesex like the week or 2 weeks before.
Must have helped
in the Real 10, and I actually did say to people afterwards, like, I'm so glad that I had this, rather than just going straight into the British Open.
Yeah.
Because you can actually just play a few matches and just get your head in match mode.
Yeah.
And, you know, me and you playing here, like playing a couple of matches before the British Open is not the same as playing a proper match. So even, you know, because obviously for like Rob, who obviously is recovering from like an injury, and like Bryn and myself, we didn't even have National League matches to kind of tune up. So we have literally just had to turn up and go. Whereas Lummers has kind of turned up warm and kind of in the zone. So I'm not like.
So I'd say
there's no bitterness about that. But
one of the best parts of the British Open for me was in the changing room talking to Lummers about the gym. Obviously, you know I like the gym. And I was sort of edging towards the question, like, how much do you bench? And he was like, well, and John's obviously gone, well, I only obviously do stuff that actually helps tennis, but if I'm benching, I put up 70s. I was like, oh my God, he benches 70, like, dumbbells. And he's like, oh no, 70 pounds, like, in each hand. And I was like, quickly Googling, like, pounds to...
It's probably like
kilo,
30?
32s. And I was like, I bench the same as Lumley. And I was like, wow, I've made it.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
I don't even know. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, maybe I'm on a par with a proper rigsman. But
Rigsman.
Anyway, these things happen.
And on a slightly smaller stage, Gordo beating Daz in National League. Can't go without.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of people listening to this who probably won't have known it happened on Saturday at Petworth.
To put that into perspective for everybody that's listening, that is somebody on paper that there is a 7 or 8 point handicap difference.
Daz 0.4, Gordo like 8 points something. Yeah,
so that's like there's an 8 point difference there. So that, I mean, that you can't.
Enormous. It was a great match
to ignore watch. Something like that. That's a big win. And I think you were texting me, and I think you said, and I'll hold my hands up to this. You said something, and I said like he won't win this match.
You did.
Because I thought to myself,
so did I.
Daz will just outwork him, and Darren is fitter than Lewis. And I just thought in the third, if it comes down to fitness, it's going to be Darren. And I did say to you, he will lose this match. But it's been a hell of a good effort to win to win a set, blah, blah, blah. And I stand corrected. 6-5 in the third?
6-4.
6-4 in the third?
Amazing.
Good win.
Amazing win. And yeah, all on 2022.
And that would be the biggest win of his career.
That
was the world number 10.
He actually said that after. He was like, that's the biggest win of my life. I'm like,
of course it is. World number 10.
But yeah, right, should we come to a decision on this one?
Yeah, who are you going for?
Lumley's Lumley's performances.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, it has to be. John Lumley, performance of the year. That month he
seems like an obvious one to go for, but
it's got to be. He deserves mention.
It's a first open singles title.
Yeah.
You know, like it may never happen again. Well, you never win your first one twice, so
hey,
you know, like it might not ever happen again. So you cannot, and you know. I genuinely think like the Lewis versus Darren thing is like a massive achievement, and it is a hell of a performance. But I just think the stage for first open singles.
Yeah, for sure.
And if I'd won that, I would have been voting for myself. So.
Oh mate, it would have been such a great day. Such a great day.
So I think that's so I think hats off
To Lumley,
John
yeah.
Lumley.
Wonder what he's doing right now.
Well, it should also be noted that I have had my revenge on the golf course with him last week. So
Was he in England?
Yeah.
Oh, right, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
right.
won't go into it, but he's
Not
he's
for another day.
can't get back to the States yet.
Fair
So
enough. The boats aren't running. But yeah, right. Well, yeah, that's cool. We got that one done. Right, next question.
next one
Was
would
it
probably
breakthrough?
be
Was it-
something like breakthrough player or like
Breakthrough player.
most
Great.
improved. Or,
Brilliant, right? Breakthrough
something
player. This will be cool. I mean, I'll just kick off. You could mention John Lumley as a breakthrough, but I don't think he is. I don't think that's a breakthrough.
No, because the like breakthrough, I'm thinking of that
Someone's
as
come
effectively
out of
like a
nowhere.
most improved player.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
I
what
agree.
I'm kind of, if you're looking purely on where they started the year to where they are now,
Yeah,
and some of the
nice.
wins that they've had. So I'm going to throw in Nino Marola because
I think that's a bit of a breakthrough. Yeah,
he's dropped like 4 points and he's off single figures now.
nearly. Yeah.
That
Oh
should
no,
be-
I think he basically is.
That should be noted.
Levi Gale.
Levi Gale is
Tell you what started his
first name.
whole career was
Losing to you.
was playing the BTM Invitational.
There you go.
Was winning the first group.
Won the first group, having actually lost to Nino in the first match.
There you go. And that's
And
how
then-
you change people's careers, you know.
Didn't didn't he? Because he played in your group, didn't he? Because
He
I
did,
lost
yeah.
somebody. Did he finish second?
You
Yeah.
won 3 out of 4.
It's a hell of a good work.
And so yeah, breakthrough player of the year, and obviously like just came out of nowhere. Now working at Oratory under Rob and Claire.
Who else have we got in there that's
A breakthrough.
like dropped some handicap points?
Could be any country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like you mentioned, Freddie Bristow. Is he?
He's actually not dropped many handicap points, but a bit of a breakthrough. I think his breakthrough is yet to come. The
He
clinic.
could be like one to watch for 2022.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. US amateur. Who knows?
There you go.
If I'm that. Who else? There's got to be one more name. One more name.
We need another. We need another.
Rule,
one in there.
rule of 3. Is there a breakthrough from anyone?
How many handicap points have you lost this year?
With 1.2.
All right. Well, I'm better than you then, because I've got 1.5 for the Open.
So I know.
Oh no, I got a small win off Daz as well, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You got a small win. So like, I was obviously lucky in my match against you because I told you during the game like, I needed 7 games to stop the small win.
Yeah. By the way, like everybody, like when I saw Shanks the morning that we were playing, I think we were having a coffee or something. He just goes, "By the way, mate, I've had a look, and I know that I need to win. Like I know how many games I need to win." I was
To
just like-
stop getting a small win.
And I was
stop,
like, wow.
to stop getting a loss.
I was like, it's nice to know where your ambitions lie.
And
for this
basically,
one.
first set I got 3 games, and I was like, right, come on. And then second set you've like wiped me out 6-1, and I was like, right, work to do this set. And I remember it was
I
like
didn't know, by the way.
it was like 3-2 to you, and I lost 2 games at Juice, and I was like, might not happen today. And I think
Did you need to get to 3? Was that what it was?
I needed to get 3 in the final set, and you were 5-2 up. You were 5-2 up, and I like grafted to get the 5-3, and I just went like, yes.
I genuinely didn't know that.
Oh, it was in my head. I mean, I wasn't like nervous or anything because at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. But like, I was still like, oh, that's nice.
I was completely oblivious to that. You said like, I know how many games I need to get, and I was like, I'm not interested.
I wasn't telling you. I didn't
No,
want
I'm
to tell
just
you
like,
because
I
I
just
knew
wanna win.
like the bastard in you would be like, I'm going to stop you getting like.
I just wanted to win the match. I would have quite happily won in 5.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. We could just do those 2 players.
Yeah,
Breakthrough player of the year. I think Levi's the breakthrough player of the year.
I would agree. I'm going for Levi because he hasn't just dropped some points by having a couple of wins. He's
Down to 7.
he's won like a lot of matches, even in the BTM. So he beat Lewis in Division 2,
Yeah.
which at the time was not necessarily a surprise, but like a good win.
Yeah.
And then so he won 3 out of 4 in the matches in your matches.
1 3 out of 4. Yeah.
So
He beat
you're the
Claire,
yes, we beat Claire,
Craig, and Zach.
Yeah, they're good wins. He's had a couple of big like National League wins, hasn't he, as well? So he has
Yeah, beat Zach in National League.
yeah. So he has backed it up as well. He hasn't just had. I'm not saying Nino hasn't, but he has had some wins and then backed him up by beating these people again.
There you go. Again, 2022. Who knows what's going to happen?
2022. Who knows what's going to happen? Training with a phase now.
Yeah, there you go. Can't hurt you. I can't hurt your case. Right, well, that's our breakthrough player of the year. What was the third question we did?
There was another one. Sorry, I was again thinking of
Match of the year.
Thinking of
Match of the year.
Yeah, and I basically said I'm not getting involved in this, so I'll just let you, because you are literally the photographic
I'll just remember
geek.
the matches.
So
Well,
you'll literally
I did
just be
mention
right.
that Zach v Nino match because it was epic.
Yeah.
What else was a great match? I watched so much of the Open. What on earth am I talking about? Was there any doubles that went to 5 sets? No, there wasn't really, was there?
Where were the?
Oh mate, Giddens and Josh
Giddens
Smith.
and Josh Smith.
Flipping epic. There was Connor had an epic 5-setter against Barney.
Yeah, 'cause didn't I got to Queens as like Josh and Jamie got to like 3-3 or something. Didn't someone go 5-3 up? Wasn't Josh
did, yeah.
5-3 up? Yeah.
Apparently Josh as well on some of that. He had like 3 match points. One of them was like an unbelievable drag that Jamie served, second serve.
Mate, I'd literally strolled
Did you see
in.
it?
Yeah.
Because he described it and it sounded unbelievable second serve.
So it was the second serve, match point to Josh, and it was like, I think it might have even been a hazard or like a worse than second. Or
You had to serve a drag basically.
It was a bobble. It was a second serve bobble. Or was it a drag?
Apparently it's a drag. Apparently he went second serve drag.
Yeah, I mean,
And it was
but
proper.
obviously, but trying to be relatively safe with it. And this thing, I'm not joking, this thing landed 2 inches past the service line, like 2 inches onto the penthouse. It came off and landed like on the line to go in, like to be in the service box. It was the riskiest / best second serve you've ever seen.
Imagine double fault at that point.
Ever seen in your life.
I
And the
think
problem is, it was one of those serves that because it was so perfect, because it was so close to being a fault, it ended up like being. You know when someone this is a hell of a good analogy, right? When someone steps up to serve a bobble, and they hit it, and they just don't hit it well at all, and it only takes 1 bounce on the roof,
Done it loads of
and
times.
only just makes it into the box, but it ends up right by the sidewall.
Yeah.
And it ends up being a good serve, even though it's lucky.
Yeah.
That was exactly Jamie's second serve. Like Josh, like basically, like couldn't return it, but had no shot.
Yeah. It's like either I could hit the wall and hope.
Yeah. So it ended up being like, I mean, flirting with disaster is an understatement. Like,
But yeah, that's
he was
big.
1 inch away from double faulting,
I
and
would
it ended
never.
up like like Josh had like no shot. At it.
I'd never have served a drag second serve at match point because what's the point? You might as well just serve a bobble and make them play. But fair enough, that's just a massive set.
Yeah, but I think it was like a worse than second or something. Like a bobble would have just hit the back wall, and Josh would have just chipped it in the gallery. You cannot defend hazards at Queens.
No, you can't. Great.
Newsflash, cannot defend
But
hazards.
yeah, that was a pretty epic 5-setter. Daz had a good 5-setter as well.
With Oved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch any of that.
Neither did I.
Mainly because I couldn't, because the stream wasn't working.
I thought about to say, mainly because I was at dinner.
No, I would have watched it, but I couldn't.
Same here. But yeah, any other matches in America? I've mentioned Connor's 5-setter. Any other ones?
It's good that we've had 5 setters. It'd be pretty tough to just,
Were there any belters in the US National League, but way back when? Can't really remember.
No, I can't remember much.
The team sort of changed a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, kind of. There were a couple of like injuries and stuff, weren't there? So it was different as well because they're only 3 sets.
That's true. It's hard to have a real belter. What else?
Yeah, like a match of the year should be one that's just been like gritty and it's just gone on
Unbelievable.
forever.
That one was genuine. It's just a big lol.
Is it because you were there though and you were like ready to play and then you're like, hang on a minute.
Oh yeah, that's why I was emotionally involved in that
Another
game.
like 2 hours has gone past.
And it was like grim laughing. I was like, oh god, what's happening here? I do think that Jamie and Josh match, and then Jamie was like too injured, just couldn't play the rest of the tournament.
That was unfortunate.
I
Yeah,
know,
because I think didn't he try and get one that was like on the wall and he just smashed the wall with his racket or something?
Apparently
Like
he hit himself. Apparently he ran into a wall and like trapped him.
Oh yeah, that sounds grim.
Apparently though, the rumour was, I was speaking to AK about it, if he had to play Lumley, he was going to have to lose like as quick as he could because of work. Apparently he'd just taken so much time off work that week.
Oh really?
Apparently it was literally just going to be like, right, I need to not be sacked.
Well, I mean, arguably then, what an opportune time to injure yourself.
I know, yeah, literally. Crazy. It was either sack or for that. Anyway, no, that's not how it went. But like, right, match of the year. Let's just say that Jamie and Josh Smith game.
I mean, it's up to you because you absolutely love this kind of like match.
Oh,
you
mate.
love it.
Yeah, because for you it's just like, I don't care about this.
That's not. I don't care. I'm just like, I'm playing the British Open for me, whereas you're just a real tennis nerd.
I just like it, yeah.
Just
I will
love
say, because I just walked in and saw 1 point and just thought, what have I just seen it? This is like ridiculous.
Well, as Craig Greenhouse said, like the day one of the British Open, he
finished at
like, us and he's just
finished at
literally
half 12.
This is like Shank's, like the next week for you is like Disneyland.
It is, yeah.
Like
Just get to see people
down at
and
Queen's watching real tennis.
I know, yeah. I'm going to say that match anyway. I'm going to say that Jamie and Josh Smith.
Yeah, because I think...
it's just so long. Josh was 2-love up.
Yeah, because I think at that point as well, like, if you take that match, you know, that's the last 16 of the Open.
Josh
so again,
was 8th seed, yeah.
Again, the stage of it...
Stakes are high.
The stakes are high. It's a quarter-final at stake.
2,000 ranking points at stake.
Well, there you go. You know, there's a quarter-final of the British Open up for grabs. So that is... And to then have an absolute monster 5-setter is... exactly what you want in the script, because obviously without some of the bigger hitters in the game over for the British Open, the draw was a bit loose in places.
Yeah.
So it was nice that there were some absolute belters in there.
I agree. It's like, imagine the darts. You see that's a 64 draw, and you're getting players like Adrian Lewis who aren't even seeded. I mean, like, can you imagine that? That was like the British Open 1995.
Yeah,
that's what the world darts is now. Slight change of topic, sorry. However, did we have one more category?
We didn't, but we can make one up.
Predictions for 2022.
Yeah, I was going to say like just good egg of the year or something, but
not in real tennis.
2022 predictions. Who's going places? What's going to happen? So we've got. Let's assume
Camden's going to win the World Championship.
There's rumours of Aussie Open. So let's say for sure you've got British Open and US Open.
And US
let's say
French Open
and
is
French
set.
Open, let's hope.
Yeah.
Australia's obviously a bit up in the air, but hopefully that would happen. So you're saying what's going to happen in 2020? Camden's going to be the new world champion, you're saying?
In 2022, yeah.
Sorry, 2022. So
go back in time.
2022, you are saying there'll be a new world champion. Is he going to pick up 4 Opens?
Cam?
Yeah.
Don't know if he'll play 4.
Well, yeah, there you go.
I think Camden wins at
World
least 2.
Doubles Championship.
Now, where is that? Is that in England?
Bordeaux.
It's in Bordeaux, right.
Or Paris? Bordeaux.
Right, well, that's
new format, only 4 pairs.
Oh, I was about to say, I might play. No, I won't be. That was generally just about, Ben, I could play that.
Okay, mate, just give Cam a text, see if he's free.
Should I actually do? Can I troll? I'll troll one of the players from like the View from the Hazards account, like, mate, looking for a partner. Who is this? Doesn't matter, mate. You'll have a partner.
So you're going to have Tim and Cam in it, obviously. I think you automatically qualify if you win an Open. So you'll have Rob and Nick.
A doubles Open, right? Okay.
Yeah, because I think on the basis it's only top 4, my doubles handicap isn't great. So I did say to Bryn before the final, I was like, let's just take world doubles out of the equation by winning tonight, shall we? And then we're done. So there'll be singles and doubles world championships next year. Mate, I've not really thought about it. 2022 is going to be massive.
That's news, that world doubles. I didn't know that. That could have been the start of my doubles career or something.
Still could be if you get the right partner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all doubles is, partner selection. Anyway, so that'll be like what? Rob, Nick, Cam and Tim. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, then you've basically got numbers.
Who wants it?
You've got obviously like based on doubles handicaps or whatever. If somebody like a Chappers or a Steve or a Bryn play, they're pretty much guaranteed to get in.
I think that's a bit weird though, isn't it? 4 pairs. Surely have 3 that go straight in and then a qualifying.
It was a US based
decision.
Initiative. No, not decision, but initiative that they wanted to shorten the whole thing down. Because obviously I get it, because with the like depth of the sport as it is, if you take the top 8 players, obviously in a doubles tournament, if you literally just take the top 8 players based on ranking, so there's no emotional attachment. Take the top 8 players, pair them up. The 5th, that occupies 4 doubles pairs. So the 5th best pairing, you're already looking down at like world number 10 and stuff.
Outside of that as well.
So to fill,
it's a fair.
let's say for example, it was the old format of 8 pairs, right? And it's at Bordeaux, so a lot of people, if they think they're going to be number 6 or 7, they may not play. So that's a hell of a long way to go. Let's say somebody like Barney's Handfield might be like, well, I'm not going to travel to France to potentially play, I don't know, Tim and Cam and potentially play one match. Do you know what I mean?
Even Dazza.
Straight knock. But Barney's got further to travel. Or somebody from Australia.
Right, yeah.
Somebody like Kira or Mike Williams might just be like, I'm not going to travel to France potentially for one match, right? So if it's top 8 for the sake of being top 8...
I think it's a good initiative. You've won me over.
Think of who could be playing in that.
Well, that'll be epic. That'll be a great tournament.
As in, you think of who the number 8 pair could be.
If it's just 2 semi-finals and a final, then surely the semi-finals isn't just a best of 5. Surely it's like a first to 5 sets over 2 days or something.
No, I think it's just a best of 5 set match in the semis, and then I think there was chat about doing a 3rd and 4th base playoff, and I was just like, I said that'd just be like silly, because if you lose,
what's the point?
What does 3rd get you?
Yeah, it's not the World Cup. Even the 3rd, 4th player in the World Cup, no one cares. No one wants to watch that. I remember when England were in the 3rd, 4th. I don't
even think I watched it.
I don't even want to watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. So I think at that point, I think the idea of that, which I understand, is that if, let's say, well, it will be 'cause it's in France. So the people that have lost in the semis will have travelled internationally to get to France.
Yeah, sure.
So I think the idea is, well, then at least it makes it a bit more worth it because they play an extra match.
Yeah, whereas like they don't need, you guys don't need court time.
If I go down to France and I lose in this, and I get a qualify and I lose in the semi-finals, I'm not going to hang around for 2 days to play a match.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fly home.
I agree.
so
well, that'll be great. When is that happening, mate? Just so the viewers can know.
End of June, I believe.
Nice. Because I know that the US Open's like end of May, which will be cool in Tuxedo.
Yes, it's going to be end of May, US Open, first week in June, US Pro, last week in June, World Doubles, and then obviously like it would be great if I don't know, but it would be great if like the Champions Trophy were to like get back into the calendar.
I've heard a rumour.
I've heard a rumour that
I don't
Australia
know where
might be happening in August. Then you've got the French in September, so it could literally be like 4 months of just.
I heard a rumour, but I wasn't on the email train. But I heard a rumour that the Champions Trophy might happen again.
I mean, it'd be great if it does.
Yeah.
It'd be great if it does. I don't know, but
great tournament. But yeah, no, and 0 to 9's obviously the biggest tournament the whole year in April.
Huge, yeah.
That will be a massive tournament.
I mean, one of those tournaments again where you know.
You don't care, but
no, it's not that I don't care. Just when people play in it year after year, I'm just like, this is just an example of you not improving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it sounds brutal, but like,
listen here, mate. You only played in it 12 years ago.
I played in it twice, and then I was out of it, and that for me is like that's a good thing. It's a good thing to be straight out of it.
I know. If you're in it though, it's like the thing is, it's like the Carling Cup.
I think somebody like Ricardo didn't even play in it.
Oh my god.
I just don't think they ever played in it.
It's like the Carabao Cup, mate. If you're right up there, you care a lot. But if you're not, it doesn't matter, mate.
Well, and again, if it's like Spurs in the Conference League, you may as well try and win it. You're in it.
Yeah. But if you're not in it, it's a tiny competition, mate.
I love the 0 to 9s though.
The concept is great.
I just love the fact that it's such a tight knit. You look at the draw, and because you take the plus players out, you look at the draw and you're like, genuinely anyone can win this.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's the biggest.
Like you, Darren, Levi,
Neil,
Durack, Neil, Josh,
Craig's
Gordo, Craig, Clare. Like, it's a hell of a tournament.
Players.
It is a hell of a tournament.
Zach hitting forces off 10 yards.
It's actually amazing that there's been a few people like higher than 9 that have got into it. Based on that list of people I've just reeled off.
Yeah,
how on earth is it like...
Mate, if Jamie Giddens played at K.
Giddens, K.
Mate, hot.
That could be
huge.
huge.
Righty.
Yeah.
That could be a massive draw.
Burns.
Mate, Burns, yeah. Never count him out.
I'm surprised Chris Bray doesn't get stuck into that. Like, why not? Do you know what I mean? Senior?
Chris Narrich,
yeah.
good there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Rory Giddens will play, presumably.
Yeah, 100%. Used to go to Oxford. Mate, it's big. It's big.
I might actually come down and watch some of that.
Hang on, you've got a life. Come on.
Yeah, true. I've got garden,
but you can come. Just pretend not to be there.
I'd be disappointed if they charged me for a ticket.
What else? Yeah, good. What else will happen in 2022?
All right. So you've said Cam's going to be world champion.
I think.
Who's going to win the world doubles?
Hamilton.
Okay. Who's going to win the 0 to 9s?
Me.
If it couldn't be you.
Daz.
Straight in. Would Daz be a 4-timer there? 3 times. How many times has he won it?
I genuinely think he's like Phil Taylor. So apparently Phil Taylor never, when he switched to the PDC, he made at least a final every year between 1997 and like 2000. He made at least a final between like 95 and 2003. Every year he made the final at least.
So Daz is Phil Taylor. Well, hang on. You're the current holder.
Yeah, back from 2019.
Who did you beat in the final?
Not Daz, Durack.
Yeah,
sorry, Durack.
Durack. So, and at the moment,
But Daz was injured.
Durack's off what 8, and he was
9.
9. He was in the final last time. So he's
Exactly,
obviously
mate.
danger. Who did Darren lose to?
Durack.
And who did you beat in the semis?
Claire.
It's a great tournament, that.
Mate,
Isn't
Craig,
it?
Craig in the quarter. Epic, mate.
What
It's
I like
epic.
about that tournament is you literally have to hit the ground running.
Yeah,
like
you do.
first round match is going to be tight.
And it's Oxford, you can literally see them. They're so close. But yeah, no, it's going to be good. Right, predictions
We've got world
for
doubles, world
predictions for the
singles.
US Open. Tuxedo. Do you think any shocks in that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen a draw.
Yeah, shock, because it's 5 months away. Okay, poor question. Anything else that's happening? Is anything else happening? Oh, Secret Silver Racket could be good.
Secret Silver Racket. I mean, I don't know who. I mean, they could just be. They could genuinely be. Well, having just reeled off a list of names for the 0 to 9s, there could genuinely be like half the tournament could be made up of non-9 handicap players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
It
true.
could genuinely be a load of 15s and then like you, Claire, Durack and Gordo,
Yeah. Oh, you again.
Daz, Craig.
Daz might be there. Craig will be there. But yeah, no. Amateur. There'll be a few
I don't know
amateur
if I can
tournaments.
play in it. It's a shame. I don't know if I can make it for the Silver Racket.
Who knows? Who knows? All,
Which is a shame
Yeah,
for somebody else because it's the easiest and quickest 1.2 they get in the season.
Mate, I know, yeah. I'll play you. But that might be how I get to 0.
There you go. Chop me up in the Silver Racket.
God. Right. Well, what else? A few more things like the Paul Roget Trophy, Leamington.
Oh, I thought
Having their
wondered how
best.
long it would take- wondered how long it would take
This
you
is
to
another
slip
one
that
where
in.
Ben obviously is like, well, it's not that I don't care, but he really doesn't care about this one.
Come on, you can't say that. That's my club.
Oh, it's not what you told me over text, is it?
Oh, rubbish.
I'm joking. Not straight.
Of course, I'll be cheering on the boy. Well, I'll be marking it, mate. So
Honestly, so I see Leamington. This is obviously this podcast. I don't know. We talk about all kinds of things, but for any of you non-UK based viewers, obviously in the US you've got your Whitney Cup. It's great. Loads of guys coming together from all over the country. Australia doesn't really have an equivalent. France obviously doesn't, but in England, like the Paul Roget is like a big club thing, and Leamington, like, we're a bit of a. I'm trying to think. We've just signed a load of players, haven't we? We're not like City, not like Sheikh Mansour, just like they're Lord. That's Lords.
yeah.
Just sort of signed some shrewd players. We're like a Leicester City.
Well, you've got. So who are the 3 singles? You, Tom Seymour Mead, and your dad.
Yeah.
So none of your singles players actually play at Leamington. So do you know what I mean? It's all secondary club stuff. But it's like,
Oh yeah.
you're a member, we'll get you
A
in.
wise man once told me.
Julian Snow played last year. He
Yeah,
hasn't
I
booked a court at Leamington for a social endeavour for about 20 years.
Yeah, but his name's all over the boards.
I know. Well, yeah, he's all over the boards everywhere. But
Listen here, real tennis memberships are like houses. It's always good to have more than one. A wise man told me that. But yeah, no, that'll be epic. Just want to see if we can cause a bit of an upset in the semi against Queens, which would be nice.
you actually need to, just quietly, if you want to defend your club championship here, you need to play more tennis because you currently won't qualify.
What's the qualification?
Oh, you actually will because you play in the pole.
And also, I've booked more than, of course.
Right, well, we'll see. We'll count them up.
Benno, I've booked more than enough. You got to remember, I had months where I didn't play a single court at Manchester because it wasn't even ready. Right. Anyway, what do you want to happen? New Year's resolution, anything like that? Got a New Year's tennis resolution?
Well, yeah, I want to win an Open. How about you?
I want to get to 0 and win an amateur singles.
There you go. When is the amateur singles? Feb.
Feb, yeah. But yeah,
See, that will be gritty as well.
Yeah,
Ed,
that's tough,
you,
mate.
Jamie.
I try not to
Jamie.
think about it because it
Righty.
sort of stresses me out just thinking about it because everyone is literally so close.
2 months away and it's already
It does stress me
already
out,
getting
mate.
the anxiety about
Oh
it.
god, yeah, that is tough, mate. That's like everyone's the same. The draw's brutal, but yeah, no, that's like I need to get to 0.
Are you going to beat Jamie this time? Somebody who plays once a year, you still can't beat him.
Oh, you sound like Connor. But yeah, I'm going to try to. I just need to get a bit fitter. Managing this annoying injury, I just need to get fitter, mate. Like I'm just a bit. I'm good for a set and a few games, and at the moment I'm just getting my intensity's too high.
You've got to stop benching, mate.
I just
you do something that's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Talk to Lumley. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could imagine what he could bench if he didn't care about tennis fitness.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Frightening.
Frightening. But guys, honestly, maybe do you want us to do more podcasts? Okay, I'll say that as a yes. But yeah, let us know if you want anything to be talked about, because let's be honest, it's not COVID anymore. We don't need to talk about the timbre shot, the force, the galleries, because we somehow managed to do like 20 podcasts talking about that. Like, mate, can you remember when
we've basically produced a coaching manual for
No,
free.
I know, and that's like, anyone I talked about the podcast, like, why aren't you doing them? I'm like, no, you can listen to them as standalone episodes.
Yeah.
Like, because we talk about every single shot in the game.
I mean, we're now just like a real tennis news-based thing.
Yeah, I know.
So if there is anything people want us to, it doesn't matter. If someone's like,
we'll talk about anything you want.
Talk about this because it's like a taboo subject. Send it in, we'll do it.
Yeah, yeah. If you want us to talk about your club tournament, you'll have to pay. But for an advert, thanks to our sponsor. But yeah, what should we turn this into in 2022? A travelling roadshow.
Quality.
Can you imagine? Yeah, we just go to random
just
courts.
guests all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I have now played every court in England, so I can actually offer something on Hardwick.
Okay.
But anyway, but yeah, guys, been a pleasure. This is our Christmas episode. Make sure you share it. Ryan, I know you'll share it. And yes, all the best for 2022. Stay safe.